What's up, man? Welcome back to the podcast. And the very last time we talked about the Minnesota Vikings, I think they were about to play their playoff game against the Giants, in which we let Daniel Jones beat us. We made Daniel Jones look like Joe Montana. We actually got Daniel Jones paid. That's how bad that defense was. I'm not gonna make a rant about that right now, but we want to do some updates. The new league year just started. So we got free agency going on right now. We got the draft coming, and I want to say the end of April. Um, Minnesota has surprisingly made some moves. They cut veteran Eric Kendricks. They cut. They let go of Adam Thielen. You know, two Ring of Honor guys. They just restructured Harrison Smith, so he's coming back. Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle, he left to Cleveland. Zadarius Smith seems like he's going to be out the door since we signed former first round pick from the Saints, Marcus Davenport. We picked up 25-year-old defensive back Byron Murphy from Arizona. I like that guy. Like, that was one of the guys who I had an eye on the free agency. I seen the guys that scored North do a list of guys, and he was on there, and I looked him up, and he's a rock solid corner. He's not great in coverage, but in Brian Flores' system, oh yeah, we got Brian Flores as defensive coordinator. Ed Donatell, get the fuck out of here. Brian Flores is our defensive coordinator, so we're gonna be way more aggressive than we were last year. We weren't at all. So you need aggressive guys. He likes to blitz his corners. He likes to blitz his linebackers. So, and he likes to blitz. Period. You know what I mean? So you never know what's going to come from. So, one thing about Byron Murphy I like is he likes to hit. He likes to hit, and that's what we need. We need guys to tackle. They let go of Cam Dantzler, a young defensive back. That kind of shocked me. Patrick Peterson got signed by the Pittsburgh. Got a 2-year deal. Minnesota wasn't willing to go 2 years. If you looked at what they did, they actually they brought in a tight end. It was Josh Dixon, who was the second best blocking tight end in the NFL last year. So it seems like Minnesota's looking to run the football a lot more next year. They just re-signed Alexander Madison at running back. Seems like Dalvin Cook may be on their way out. If they can find a trade, that'll save a lot more cap. Who else, man? The Danielle Hunter contract needs to get worked out. Oh, they kept Jordan Hicks for whatever reason. Whatever. So that's probably the most odd one. The Kirk Cousins conversion of his contract, pushing money to other years to be cap compliant. That's not really surprising to me. But I have a few free agents that I'm keeping my eye on. I actually got them right here on my phone. I'm actually keeping my eye on because, with the way that they are constructing this team, they're doing short deals and they're doing young guys. Kwesi is trying to get the team a little younger. So the first guy I have an eye on is wide receiver, who I wouldn't go wide receiver at 23 in the draft, but I have a feeling that these fools are going to trade back again since we only have 5 picks so far in the draft. So if they don't go wide receiver, because we got a defensive tackle need, we need another cornerback, we need a linebacker, but if they happen to go defense in the draft, they're thinking defense. I'll say on the free agency wide receiver tip, DJ Chark, who played for the Lions last year, he's a fast guy. We need a fast number 2 receiver on the other side of Justin Jefferson, and he's really, really fast. He's only 26 years old. I think that, and he missed 8 games last year. So price range wise, he wouldn't be expensive. You give him a contract where he's betting on himself and see what happens. That's actually number 3. Number 2 is Rock Ya-Sin, who is a 26-year-old defensive back from the Las Vegas Raiders. Allowed a 63.2 passer rating last year, and only 51% of passes were thrown his way were caught with no touchdowns. So if you want to go young at another corner, I say see if you can get that guy. I think that'd be a rock solid free agency so far. You picked him up. Um, Darius Slay. I'm not completely sure was he actually let go. I seen a tweet where they didn't actually release him yet, so there's a chance he could come back. I'm not sure if that's actually true though. But you do need a veteran. You do need a veteran. You have nothing but young guys. Byron Murphy is the oldest guy in the defensive backfield, and he's 25 years old. You have Andrew Booth. You have Caleb Evans. You have who else we have at defensive back? Uh, I can't really think of the top of my head right now. I think that's three right now. Is it? I think because Shannon Sullivan's slot corner is out. He's gone. He's not gonna come back. He sucks anyway. Um, I believe that's it as far as corners right now. That's that's not good. We should bring back Duke Shelley. Duke Shelley, who was cut by the Bears last year, um, played great for the Vikings in the second half of the season when they picked him up. I think that'd be a cheap deal for a guy who played rock solid for you last year, but maybe he doesn't fit Brian Flores' system. But the number one guy on my list is Isaac Sumalu, a guard from the Philadelphia Eagles. If you listen, our guards absolutely suck. Now, Ezra Cleveland on the left side is actually uh, he's actually a freaking tackle by nature, and according to him, he wants to play tackle. So, um, yeah, and hold on, yeah, Isaac Sumalu is how old is this dude? 1 second here. I'm sorry, should have had this up. This guy is he's 29 years old, so he's a little bit over that threshold, but he's a better guard than who we have. Ed Ingram, the right guard. I don't know about him. He was really, really bad in pass blocking, but he was a rookie. So maybe that was just him getting his feet wet as a rookie because we brought back Garrett Bradbury, and I'm so pissed they brought this dude back. Um, I'm not actually sure, man. I don't want the same offensive line because I don't want to deal with the same pressure every game up the middle because we're not strong enough up the middle. I say take a shot at this dude. Um, I say take a shot. I don't know if he played right guard or left guard. I'm hoping he played left guard. Okay, he's a right guard, so that means you would have to remove Ed Ingram. But shit, whatever. Shit, like whatever, man. Like you got to do something better. You got to put some guards next to Garrett Bradbury so he doesn't look so bad. Like he's so bad. And he actually had a good year last year, decent year. Let me be nice. He had a decent year last year, but that was on the contract year. So nobody knows whether or not that was him just fighting so bad to stay into the league, or he actually got better with KOC at the helm as head coach. We don't know, but those are my three guys I'm looking for. Jadeveon Clowney, he's not going to fit because Marcus Davenport is going to be playing. I want to say the outside linebacker. I don't know who's going to be the big edge in the 3-4. We still need another linebacker. There's linebackers out there, but they're probably going to be expensive. We got a Bobby Wagner out there. That's super expensive. I think Quallen Alexander is free agent as well. So those are the guys I'm looking forward to. I'll keep my eye on it. So I don't know, man. The Minnesota Vikings free agency is kind of like what I thought it would be. But the good thing about this, with all the cuts and all the moving of money around that Kwesi is doing, the Minnesota Vikings are projected to have over $100 million in cap space next year, and even like close to 200. I want to say 150, 160, and 24. With the roster presently constituted, you still got a Hogginson extension and a Justin Jefferson extension. He's going to be the highest paid player that's not a quarterback in the league, I believe. He's worth it. But even with those deals projected with the money, they'll still have that much cap space. So you're talking top 3 in the league, and this team will still be young. You know, Kirk Cousins looked like he was going to play out. He's going to play out the last year of his deal, and then come back to the table next year, whether or not he has a good year or a bad year. I think Minnesota addresses the future of quarterback next draft. I don't think they try to push up. I keep hearing about fucking Will Levis. Like if he falls and we fucking grab him, like I'm gonna be, dude. Like the dude is what he is. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there that you say, okay, maybe there's no. That's who he is. Like I would not take Anthony Richardson, the quarterback from Florida, number 1. But I can see why teams will go, man, if I take him and he's so athletically gifted, you can't teach his athleticism, those numbers he did at the combine, which now I'm not combine heavy, but he's super athletic. You can't teach what he has. You know what I'm saying? He's an inaccurate passer, but is that because he can't throw, or is that the team was bad? You know what I mean? It's a lot of talk to different people, you get different answers. But I understand why a team goes, well, if I got to draft him because I have to see for myself. I have to take a shot on this dude. And also at the same time, if I pass on him and he turns out to be great, I'm going to sit there with egg on my face. So I understand the dynamic of that. And you have Bryce Young, and then you have C.J. Stroud. But the Will Levis dude, like, I'd much rather you let Hendon Hooker fall and pick him. I know he's older, but golly, man. Stay away from Will Levis. Stay away from Will Levis, please. We got time to the draft, but that's my campaign. Stay away from Will Levis. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.